Hello students. So today I am going to give some inputs about the differences between electroplating as well as electroless plating. In my previous class, as you know, I have discussed about electroplating as well as electroless plating. And you know, electroplating happens only in the presence of current, whereas in electroless plating you don't need current. So here I'm going to share my views on both, and please utilize the same in the next class where you have to differentiate electroplating from electroless plating, at least with 12 differences. So as I told you, electroplating, as it happens in the presence of current, you have to face the problem of polarization, decomposition potential as well as over potential. Whereas in the case of electroless plating, as it is happening without current, you don't have all those issues. But yeah, please remember, electroless plating happens in the presence of reducing agent. So the driving force in both the cases is different. There it is external current, that is in the case of electroplating, whereas in the case of electroless plating, it is going to be reducing agent. When you consider the conductors or non-conductors, so both can be plated by electroless plating technique, whereas under electroplating you can go for only conductors. That is a limitation what we have in electroplating. And when you consider anodic as well as cathodic reaction, as you know, at anode oxidation takes place, at cathode reduction takes place. In electroplating you have two separate reaction sites, whereas in the case of electroplating, electroless plating, you don't have two separate steps. The site where cathodic reaction is happening, there only you will be having anodic site also. In the case of electroplating, when you consider throwing power, I hope you know what is throwing power. It is the ability of the bath to give uniform coating. So the throwing power will be excellent in the case of electroless plating, whereas it is minimum in the case of electroplating. It is more in the case of electroless plating. And one disadvantage in the case of electroless plating is that the object which you get after the coating, that is after electroless plating, will be having certain impurities, as there is a chance that the reducing agent may give out certain oxidized product that may get deposited with the coating. Those problems you don't have in the case of electroplating. And even in terms of thickness, you don't have any problem. You can achieve number of thickened layers in both the case, electroless plating as well as in the case of electroplating. And application wise, if you consider, both are having wonderful applications, because even under electroplating of chromium you have seen how a bright layered product can be got, and it is one of the great corrosion resisting technique as well. Whereas in the case of electroless plating, you can see how you can coat even small hold components, even small screws, just by dipping those objects in electroless plating. So keep all these points in your mind, and please refer the textbook as well as the link which I have shared in the class. Please come up with 12 perfect differences between electroplating as well as electroless plating. That is going to be your next assignment in my class. So be prepared. All the best. Take care.